I just want to end today because we're out of time with this. Keir Starmer meets Bill Gates in Parliament. So this was the Independent yesterday. The Microsoft co-founder and billionaire met Sir Keir on Wednesday with the pair discussing climate change and health. And they're saying that the Microsoft co-founder and billionaire discussed a range of issues. They talk about the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, one of the largest philanthropic bodies of its kind, leading a global funding drive in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. A Labour spokesperson said Keir Starmer was pleased to meet with Bill Gates today and discuss a number of issues of mutual concern, including how the UK best supports global health and equitable development, and how we use the goal of net zero to invest in science and technology to deliver the jobs and growth of the future. So that's fantastic. Billy Goats meets Keir Starmer. I'm wondering, what else did he come over just for that one meeting, or was he in Parliament for something else? So I thought I would take a look and see. And I have to say, this is probably the first time that I've ever seen anything quite so outrageous as this. So here is what happens when I searched for Bill Gates UK Parliament on Google. And we see the first page there, Keir Starmer meets Gates in Parliament, Evening Standard. Well, okay. Then the Independent, then the Romford Recorder, the Shropshire Star. Then we have the Comet. And then we have about 10 or 12 pages of exactly this. That's only the top half of the page of Google. Remember, there's the same number of links below the fold there, as it were. So let's go to the second page. The same thing, identical title. The third page, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, the seventh, the eighth, the ninth, the 10th, and so it goes on. And so I'm interested to get the thoughts from each of you on this just before we end, because this, as I say, this is the first time that I've seen a particular story absolutely overwhelm the results of search. And if this is the direction, Patrick, that we're heading in, first of all, where search engine is producing nothing but this type of thing, and we cannot find no other information, we're in a pretty dangerous situation.
It's not just for that search, Mike. That's pretty much across the board. That's normally how Google's functioning now for pretty much everything. So the first page will be front loaded with all the government or sort of high level mainstream media or think tank things that more or less are the same sort of viewpoint, the same sort of information, identical headlines, etc. And you have to go so far and take so much time digging through Google. So you have to use an alternative search engine in order to get any kind of sort of diverse search on anything. But I also just point out, Keir Starmer is a member of the Trilateral Commission. I think people should make a note of that. So is that Bill Gates playing the role of Bilderberg and tapping Keir Starmer for his future leadership position as a trilateralist in charge, a technocrat in charge at the helm of the British government? That's just something for the future.
Yes, good question. Vanessa, any thoughts?
Well, I mean, there are many analysts who have the opinion that what we're seeing is an implosion within the Conservative Party to pave the way for Keir Starmer's eventual election. So I guess, apart from the Google shenanigans, I guess also we're going to be seeing Keir Starmer making sure that he's in with the in crowd if that eventuality comes about.
Yeah, Alex?
Well, it's a bit hackneyed to talk about Orwell in 1984. It was tempting in this case because, of course, this is about the rewriting of the news, which is what the protagonist does in 1984. So instead, I'll go for another book in the same genre, Ray Bradbury's Fahrenheit 451. And at least in the film adaptation, you recall the newscaster's pronouncement at the end when Montag is apprehended, or at least fake Montag is, cousins everywhere will rejoice. So in this case, I would say that a briefing written from the centre disseminated to all these news agencies would be: cousins everywhere will rejoice at the visit of Helmsman Bill to Prime Minister designate Keir.
Yeah, okay, thank you for that. Right, we've got to end it there. We'll be back in a few minutes on the UK column live stream for some extra if you're a member. Otherwise, hope everybody has a great weekend. We'll see you 1 p.m. as usual on Monday. Thanks for joining us. Bye-bye.